Right, here's the third one. Here's the third way of making more money from the next customer you meet. Make customers complain. Yeah? Right, what is a customer complaint? Would anyone like to define that?
Is it when they receive something that wasn't as described or as they perceived?
Well, that might be the cause of the complaint.
But customers' expectations are.
Yeah, again, that's a cause of a complaint. What is an actual complaint?
It's a feedback from the customer of what you're doing, not doing right.
Yeah, it's feedback from the customer of what you're not doing right.
Then giving you a chance to put something right. It's our chance to, well, it's our second.
Fabulous way of defining it. I will come on to that later.
It's a customer for life.
It's a customer for life, yes, okay. Well, it's the opportunity of one. It is, exactly.
People have to keep coming back.
They keep coming back, yeah, to complain more. I think you might lose them. A customer complaint is an expression of dissatisfaction made on behalf of a customer to a responsible party. Long words. Landon, 1980, US Association of Consumer Research. Interesting, I run this in the course. Someone said to me, that's 1980. That's out of date. Right, I don't think so. Yeah? The same person said to me, well, it's American, and you know what they're like. Well, how would you change it to make it British? Yeah, you wouldn't. It's all the same. It's all the same. Perhaps their tolerance and the level at which they're triggered to be dissatisfied might be different from ours, but the process, a complaint is a complaint. Yeah, some reality versus perception. Yeah, it's not the fact that you've actually disappointed people and made them dissatisfied with your service. It's not the fact that you've done something, it's the fact that they think you have. It could be as simple as a quick turn of phrase that doesn't go down too well. The way that you even looked at them when they walked into the shop. You don't know because customers remain silent. And they don't complain because, well, you know, it's all a bit unpleasant, isn't it? Because I'm going to have to tell this person that they've done something that I don't like. Yeah? Or it could be a bit difficult. Well, I'm standing there in a shop full of people and this person said something to me in a way that I don't like. And well, I don't really want to complain because everyone around will hear. Yeah? Or it's difficult because there's no process to do it by. That afterwards you can't go to you can't go to a website and make a comment or something like that. Yeah? It could be pointless. They don't trust the fact that if you did complain about their service, that it would matter a jot to you. I'm not going to bother to complain because there's been some issues before in the past and I mentioned them and nothing really happened about it, so I'm not going to bother now.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
You should ask if you can email them start a customer complaint procedure.
Right, we will come to that. Very good point. Hold it. We'll come back to it. Or they think it's risky. If I told David that he'd said something that upset me, I don't know how he'd respond. I don't know how he'd respond. Yeah? He might go nuts. He might tell me to sling it. Yeah? I really don't know. I wouldn't go in there and complain about their prices being high because the guy will just tell you to sling your hook. Yeah? He doesn't want to talk to you. So people remain silent. They tend not to complain. So there you are, you're in this situation where you don't know whether you've dissatisfied them and they're not going to tell you anyway if you have. It's a difficult one. Estimating the cost of dissatisfaction. You can do all sorts of things with this, but I thought it would be quite interesting because I happened to find some stats from the US Association of Consumer Research from Boston Consulting had done some work, and Oracle, the big IT systems people and their customer services software side of their business. And I found some interesting stats. For every person who complains, there are a further 26 who aren't quite there, but are dissatisfied. 82% of customers will stop using you if they have a poor experience. Well, if you take your 27 and multiply out the numbers, you get one. If you hear one complaint, 22 people are shopping elsewhere. 79% of those dissatisfied will tell others. So 79% of 27 is 21. So every complaint you hear means 21 people are complaining about you to other people. Don't go there. Yeah? Oh, I need my computer fixed. Well, I'll tell you one thing, I wouldn't go down to Jimmy's. I had a bad experience in there. Yeah? Of those who do tell, 13% will tell more than 20 people. 60 people are hearing stories about you from one complaint that you've heard. Of the remaining 87% tell between 5 and 15, I should say. Average 12. Multiply out the numbers. 216 people hear poor stories about you. You add all that up, for every complaint you hear, 276 people. Now, are those the exact numbers? Yeah. What's the message? Yeah. Everyone knows that complaints are bad, and there are lots of figures bandied around about how bad it could be. This doesn't include the impact of social media. Yeah, so somebody gets on their Facebook page and happens to have an awful lot of followers, yeah, and suddenly 300, 400, 500, 1,000 people get to hear about the fact that Jimmy's down the road had a bit of a rant at me.
You had a look on PC World's Facebook page recently.
I'm sure that's got plenty of feedback on it, yeah. And 296 people either stop using you or never try. 22 of them because they've defected anyway, and all the others because they've heard a story about you and, well, why bother going in there and trying them out when I've heard that they're a bit iffy? So you don't even get the chance to right a wrong with people. They've heard it from a third party, they never come see you. So the price of dissatisfaction is huge. What you have to do is make sure that you're the only person that ever hears any dissatisfaction that one of your customers may have. Now remember, we're in the mode of presenting ourselves so when customers come in, we can sell more to them. So this is all before the sale. What sorts of things could you do to present yourself as a business that is completely open and welcoming to customer feedback? How could you communicate that up front to people?
Greet them with a blessing.
Right, they haven't yet come through the door. Yeah, that's certainly important, but remember, we're trying to get entirely new business to come to see you. You can do things like, you could have a customer satisfaction guarantee. Yeah, that could be a leaflet that you stick in all your existing customers' purchases. It could be a poster in a shop window. It could be an icon on a website. So people who have never met you, who are walking past your shop, your business, your website, see that you've got a customer promise, 100% satisfaction. Why does that matter? You are making a declaration. You are giving people permission to complain about you. Yeah? My goal is your satisfaction. I care about it so much, I've got this customer promise. Yeah? And if I don't live up to you, clearly, I want to hear about it. So that would be one thing. Some businesses go even further. They have a thing called a customer charter that spells out all the kind of standards of service that they will receive, people will receive. Again, that could be in a shop window, that could be something that you put into a leaflet, that could be something on a website. Publishing a customer charter could also be something that you contact your local press about. Yeah? Your PC's Fixed in Colchester sets new standards in customer service by publishing its customer charter. You may or may not get published, but if you do, you're going to cause quite a bit of interest. Yeah? Courting the press is an important thing. But all of these things show and set the right kind of tone to help you be more successful in selling before you've even engaged with the customer. And that's my point. I go back to what I said before. You have to start thinking about new business. Yeah? That's where the edge is. That's the bit that you really got to focus on. It's the customers you've not yet met that are the ones you need to get your business to grow. The existing ones will come back, they like you. Yeah, that's fine, that's good, that's great. Carry on serving them as brilliantly as you can. It's the business that you've yet to get that's the important stuff. And as you serve them, give them reassurance. Give them reassurance. Simple stuff, more words. Yeah? Oops. That's what happens when you press the button too many times. Yeah. Keep asking, more words to use. Is that all right? Is that to your satisfaction? Is that okay? Is there anything more I can do for you? Now, I challenge anybody in the room. You'll all say, well, I do that. Okay, who's got CCTV in their shop? Yeah? Okay, if you haven't got a shop, turn it on yourself during the day and have a look at yourself serving customers. and listen to what you say. And be critical about how many times you're saying these sorts of phrases. How many times you're saying to customers, you've got options with that. Yeah? You'll think that you're doing all of this, and I'm not trying to suggest that you're not. I better hurry up, haven't I? I'm not trying to suggest that you're not. You'll think you're doing this, but are you actually doing it? And then you will find there's a difference. My challenge to you is to go away and do that. Record yourself if you're on the phone. If you don't have a shop, if B2B, record yourself on the phone. Listen to the conversation that you're having. These questions that you're asking. Okay, so you want to know about servers. Well, there's a number of options on that. It depends on the variety of things, How are you using it? And off we go. Yeah? Is that all right? Is there anything more I can tell you? If I got the quote over to you by Wednesday, is that all right? Yeah? Constantly checking, giving the customer the chance to say no. Actually, I'm not satisfied. So new customers don't trust you. If you don't get what this is about and why it matters so much, then let's just ram it home. If you're open and easy to talk to, and you present that image and prove to customers that you will be like that before they come in, and the way that you behave with them when you are with them, you will be seen as trustworthy. Sorry? Put them at ease, yeah. Put them at ease. Trust equals perceived worth, and if you're trusted, you will sell more. Remember, we're talking about people who do not yet know you. Okay, this is the first time I've sold to you, Mr. Customer. It's more than about being nice.
What I've often found, John, is that if you look at something in that customer that you could break the ice with, like they might have their arm in a sling, for example.
Yeah, that will help.
What you're going to say is, after welcome is, what happened to your arm?
Yeah.
So something totally...
That helps.
Yeah.
That helps. It puts people at ease,
Yeah.
but you've still got the business side of the questions to ask. Yeah? Options. Is that all right? Is everything to your satisfaction? Again, it's the evidence. I don't know, Mr. Customer, I don't know if you're selling to me that you are interested in my satisfaction unless I hear you ask me about my satisfaction. Yeah? I don't know that you're interested. I simply don't. Standards of competence. I'm looking for the evidence. And you can't write what you don't know. What you said right at the very beginning. Yeah? If you make it easy to hear from people, you'll hear more. The more you hear, the more you can fix. The more you fix, the more you impress. The more you impress, the less cause there is for dissatisfaction. Because the price is huge. No words, no evidence, you're trustworthy. Don't just take orders. Yeah? Don't take orders. If they take anything away from today, think about what you're doing as potentially order taking rather than service. Make it obvious you're serving.